afternoon, good morning, good evening, and good night to all of you who are tuned in tonight from wherever it is you're tuning in from. I know, Sandra, you just wanted us to continue with the music, but as always, somehow we need to let it go. So, and good evening, Sandra. I hope you're done with your sessions from Pathway Solutions, eh? I hope you're not the people who are making, who will make Frank disappear from Kenya with not finishing your assignments. All right, so thank you so much for coming in. We apologize, we've started a bit late today, but all is not lost. We are here trying to just get ourselves started. We are very excited about tonight. Oh yeah, let me just introduce myself. My name is Grace Nzula, and you're welcome to Get It Right with Atara Solutions. This is your webinar series that seeks to demystify issues in employment and entrepreneurship. We do this in partnership with Balcon Housing and Stallion Construction Company. And I'm about to just give a mention to some of our partners. We are in season 3 of Get It Right with Atara Solutions. Season 1, we did 26 episodes. Season 2, we did, how many episodes did we do in season 2? 34 episodes, and we're on the 18th episode of season 3. And we're very, very excited about tonight because it is just amazing to just think about your career. I get a lot of phone calls and people are asking, okay, fine, I have just gotten a promotion, or my employer is offering me a specific role, but I don't have the exact qualifications for me, or what do I do? Or you find somebody who has potential and they need to be promoted, and you don't know how to support them because they're probably either confused or they just need to build up on their career or just figure out what they want with life, you know? So, and I'm very, very excited about today because that's part of what we'll be discussing. And I am just over here trying to look to, unfortunately, I had planned with the wrong mentions for partners, but as I tried to get the correct one, we have Balcon Housing. Balcon Housing is a real estate and property management company. They are based here in Nairobi. They have had an offer for the people, for you guys, our followers of Get It Right to the Tara Solutions, and they've been selling a piece of land in Nanyuki, an eighth, at 400,000 shillings in a gated community. So if you're looking for a place to retire or a piece of land for just observation, then Balcon Housing are the people for you. And then we have Stallion Construction Company. Stallion Construction Company, as the name sounds, is a construction company. It is also based here in Nairobi, but they do construction around the whole country in Kenya. And if you're looking to renovate your house, or you're looking to partition your office, or you're just looking to make some repairs, I mean, fix some tiles here and there, or you have just moved into a new office and you're looking to install blinders, a Stallion Construction Company will do that for you. And then we have Ames College of Business and Technology. Ames College of Business and Technology. It is a college that deals with all your business courses and technology courses. So if you're looking to do a diploma in either procurement or HR or such things, you can get in touch with the Ames College of Business and Technology. For the HR professionals here, they actually offer CHRP, and with their CHRP, you can actually study online. Can you imagine that? Yes, they have the courses online for you. So Ames College of Business and Technology are your people for that. And then we have Wandi Restaurant. Wandi Restaurant is a restaurant based on Nairobi Nanyuki Highway or Nairobi Nyeri Highway at Ola Kambiti. Ola Kambiti is the new petrol station along that road. And the Wandi Restaurant is there with some beautiful, beautiful spinach. And my God, their breakfast options. And if you're there for lunch, chicken is your best choice. And then we have the Career Management Center. Career Management Center is a HR firm They have a program that they run for moms who are trying to bounce back to work after they've taken a break of maternity. So Career Management Center, if you're a mom who has a career gap and you're looking to go back into employment, and especially if your career gap is caused by maternal, you just quit to go and raise your family, Career Management Center is there for you. They work with you the journey. They mold you until you're able to go back into employment. And then we have Pathway Solution Services. Pathway Solution Services is a company that deals with learning and development. They have an LMS. LMS is Learning Management System, where they have a loaded different courses where you can just log in and learn at your own pace. And then they issue, you do an assessment and they issue a certificate at the end. And some of you have been lucky winners of their program. So Pathway Solution Services, we appreciate your partnership since season 2. We have WeClean. WeClean is a carpet cleaning company. This carpet cleaning company cleans, they have a machine that cleans your carpet within 6 minutes. Imagine that, 6 minutes, your carpet is ready to go. And they have 24-hour delivery, which is when they pick your carpet this evening, they'll be sure to deliver it tomorrow evening. And they do pick up and delivery for free in Nairobi. So if you have a carpet that needs some TLC, kindly get in touch with us and we'll hook you up with WeClean. Then we have Kapula Mintito. Kapula Mintito wanauza mapochopocho ya Mombasa kama vile hey, Kiswahili yangu imeishia hapo. They have mabuyu, they have achari, they have kashata, they have honey. They also have Simo's gel. They have, and you guys have heard about the Simo's gel health benefits. I hope you have. If you haven't, please Google or just go to Kapula Mintito's page and I'm sure you'll get some more information. And then we have Fina Gardens Resort. Fina Gardens Resort is a resort located in Naivasha on Moi South Lake. If you're looking for a place to go just to enjoy with family, or you're on a business training there or business trip and you're looking for a place to rest for the night, Fina Gardens Resort is there for you. They actually have a swimming pool and I totally enjoyed their fish. And then we have the the College of Career Guidance and Development. This is a college that teaches you on career guidance. And we are very fortunate today to have their director who will be teaching us exactly how we can leverage on career guidance. And I'm sure for some of you, and especially those who are line managers or leaders in organizations, more often than not, you keep wondering, how do you support your employees into choosing their career, into advancing their career, into molding them into what they want to be? And that is what our reason for here today. So I apologize that I've taken a bit of your time, but we wouldn't do this peacefully if we were not able to just give mentions to our partners. It's not fair, because they really have been of support to enabling us have this webinar tonight. So Mercy, how exactly do we support our people? And allow me to recognize the presence of our sign language interpreter, Madam Catherine Sindandi, who has been with us, and she does an awesome job. So thank you very much, Catherine, for being here. And over to you, Mercy. And yes, you can share screen.
Thank you, Grace, and thank you all participants. I'm excited to share the journey of career guidance, and I want to share my screen so that we can learn together, and whatever questions you might have, then we'll be able to, how we can at least share information on the best practices. Okay. So I think that is perfect. So I will go right ahead, and the topic for this evening is on leveraging career guidance in the workplace. And my name is Dr. Mercy Maina, and I will be sharing more about you that I'm a curriculum and instruction expert. My background is in education with 20 years experience in training. And for me to graduate and to be able to do career guidance and be excited about it, I did an independent study on career guidance and education in my PhD dissertation. And that is what has given me the confidence even to share more information about career guidance. So I started off in high school. I'm a high school teacher, and I started career guidance in 1997. And so I have both expertise in guiding students on careers, course choices, and also post high school options. And then I'm also keen on supporting students in terms of transition from within the school system. And so I'm keen on organizing work-based learning programs, career fairs, among others. And then I'm a board member of Career Guidance Institute, the Association of Career Guidance Practitioners of Kenya, and I'm in charge of Career Standards and Guidelines Committee. About College of Career Guidance, I'm one of the pioneers with together my colleague called Margaret Waithaka. So we have an online school with an objective to train young people and any other person offering career services on career matters. And so our services is in training of to train career guidance practitioners so that they can have the right competencies to be able to serve their clients. We are also good at content development and also consultancy in career guidance. And then the association of the college is also a member of Career Guidance Institute, the professional body in Kenya. So what are we going to discuss about this evening? The general is to have so that we can be on the same page, understanding what career guidance is all about, the career needs across lifespan, and the interventions that we can have, and especially at the workplace. So we start immediately on understanding career guidance, and I will define what career is. And by and large, this is what many youth or many young people prefer, so that they can be able to understand very well what career is all about. So it would be either a job or a profession that gives a person a chance to work in an area. And in that way, they're able to actualize their potential and grow. And so this job or profession can either in formal employment or in self-employment. So it's in both ways. So career guidance is not only for those people who are in formal employment, but it's for both, either in formal employment or in self-employment. And so this professional or job needs preparation. How do you get into this profession or into whatever kind of work that a person gets into? There are two pathways of learning: through education and training, so where we have through the education system, or learning from others, either by observation, apprenticeships, or on job training. So those are the two ways in which preparation of work is done. And so from there, so then what is career guidance? It is the career guidance are activities and services offered to assist individuals make informed educational, training, and professional choices and decisions that suits them. So that we, in terms of where we have the student or any person making that choice, it not be imposed. It will be the career guidance experts organizes these activities in a systematic way so that they are available to people when they need it. So their activities, so career guidance is a service that is offered to any person who wants to make either informed educational choices, training choices, or professional choices. And then eventually they're able to make an informed decision. And by and large, the choice they make will be what suits them, not what others have said, not what the parents have said. It is what they prefer, what based on the activities that the career guidance services offers. So when then should career guidance begin? When do you think career guidance should begin? We did a poll. We sent a poll survey so that we can be able to identify, so that and be able to gauge when this service should be and when should it begin. So about 71%, 71 responses that are from the poll show about that education career guidance should begin in early years in primary school. About 32 people said it should start in primary school, about 12 in early years in pre-primary, and then secondary school about 20 about 20 people said that should start in secondary school. Then tertiary and education and universities about 12. Then the others was about very small, significant number. So by and large, then it means that based on these polls and based on the results, it shows that career guidance should start in basic education. And we want to see how if this is the basic education is the one that where career guidance should begin, then why do we have so many problems at the world of work? Because if we consider that the education system is the one that feeds into the world of work. So why are we having all these problems? And we need to see how can we leverage on career guidance so that we can preempt some of these problems. So an ideal career guidance journey should be across lifespan and should be inclusive. So just as what the polls have shown, you should start from basic education, early years, middle school, junior school, and senior school. And we put into consideration that now we have CBC, that the structure of basic education now will change into early years, middle school, junior school, and then senior school. And so what interventions and what activities career guidance should provide so that the young learners can be prepared. Then they transit into tertiary education, and tertiary education will either be vocational training centers, the technical training institutes, polytechnics, private colleges, and universities. So tertiary education now encompasses all that. And then from there, they transit into the workplace. So we have the early careers, either from the graduates from learning institutions and from tertiary education, from about 25 years to 40 years. Then we have middle careers from 40 to 54, and then late career from 55 to retirement. And then we have another significant group that is left behind within in terms of this transition. They're either not in education, not in training, and they have been described as NEET. Then those ones who have retired, either because of early retirement or any other reasons that they find themselves retired, either because they have served their work within the workplace, and so they have retired. Then we have another group that either the job changers or those ones who have lost jobs. We also have another group of early school leavers, either for different reasons. This may include the dropouts from the basic education, even also from tertiary education. And then we also have migrant workers. So we have so many communities that as the refugee status, and they are Kenyan, they are already in the country. And so we can also, they are within our communities and they are brothers and sisters. So these are the kind of categories that require career guidance services. So what are the main needs for each one of them? So we'll have the learning institutions. Purposes of learning institutions is to produce skills for the job market, citizenship, and responsibilities of adult life. And so what are the problems that have you identified that are associated with the learning institutions in terms of preparation for the world of work? We either have had or seen, or we are victims where our children have poor choices of courses, and when they have poor choices of courses, then they end up, they either become demotivated or they are not happy about what they do, and etc. Then we also have insufficient labor market information. So even when they are making choices of these courses from the learning institutions, either because they are not aware of the information that is available or the trends in the labor market, so that they can be able to align themselves to the demands of the labor market. And then there's also poor knowledge of employers' expectations. And so when we get angry that these youth are not well prepared, is either because the information about what employers require is not easily accessible. And then some of them, even at transition, the college students at transition into the world of work, they have insufficient job search skills. And so these are some of the areas that are in terms of learning, in terms of the learning communities, learning institutions. Then we have another group from the communities, the NEET, then unskilled, unemployed youth, and they're either not in education, employment, or training. And so they are very vulnerable. And we are not sure why they are not either in education. And considering that there's a lot of investment that has been made within the post-secondary education, there is the free tertiary education. Access to tertiary education has been made it easy. There is the help loans, but we still have a significant number of students who do not proceed with post-secondary education, where they're supposed to be able to be developed in terms of skills so that they can be able to access the job market comfortably. So they become vulnerable to antisocial behaviors, and those ones we already know what happens. They either illicit drug use, unplanned pregnancies, extremist religious views, and these are some of the things that we experience in our communities. Then we also have in the global scene, the labor landscape is changing and has changed, and it is characterized by globalization and changing technology. And what is the implication of this? Either the employees need to reskill, either they need to retrain. Some tasks need multi-skilling. In terms of preparation for these careers, needs to be self-directed careers, and there is an element of continuous learning process all through, so that we can be able to meet the needs of the changing labor market. So what should be then career guidance in the workplace, and what should inform the characteristics, or what services should be provided in the workplace in terms of supporting employees? So we see the career needs are first influenced by globalization and technology. And we've already said that, so what is the implication of this? That the work roles, occupational structures, career patterns keep changing. And so the needs of the employer, of the employee in the workplace will need again to keep abreast to what is taking place, so that they can be able to either upskill or retrain, or be able to acquire new skills, so that they can be able to survive the volatile labor market. So if we use the theory of that lifespan by Donald Super. Donald Super was one of the career development theorists. And so he has 5 stages of career development according to age. And if you look at where we have the workplace either falls under the second stage of exploratory, because we have 15 to 24. These are the teenage students, adolescents in the secondary schools, and also with the college education, or within the learning institute, higher education. So in these activities, so career development starts from birth to 15 or 14 years. And so it has to develop self-concept in terms of capacity and interest that needs to generally be exposed, and awareness of what goes on in the world of work from birth to 15. When you think in terms of cha mama, cha baba, this is where concept of career begins. And then we have 14 to 12, 24 years. It's now the career activities then advance into trying out classes, or in terms of work experiences, using hobbies, and making tentative choices that are related to the skill development of what they have seen, or they have experienced as they are growing up from birth to 15 years. And then the establishment level is 24, the early careers. So we have entry-level skill building and stabilization through work experiences. And this is where most of the work or the career guidance services in terms of the workplace. Now we need to interrogate and see what services we need to provide, so that even as the people maintain in terms of their between 45 to 64, and then up to the decline where we have 65 and plus years where they prepare for retirement. So my question is, what problems have you observed in your work setting, and how have these problems affected workplaces in where you work? So what are some of the problems have you observed in your setting, and how have they affected workplaces in where you work. Maybe we can share that information on the chat so that we see what have you observed at entry level, the students, the fresh graduates joining the world of work. What are some of the challenges? What have you observed in terms of as they enter into the labor market? What are some of the problems and how have they affected the workplaces? So I give you a minute so that you can share that experience so that we see what are some of the problems have you observed, and especially at the entry level where we have the students leaving higher learning institution, fresh graduates joining the world of work. So what are some of the problems have you experienced and what can we do about them, or how have they affected the workplace where you do? So based on research, between 18 and 30 years, we have the career challenges that have been documented. And these are some of the challenges. We have career indecision, and especially from 18 to 30 years, when we have learning institutions prepare students for job market, they need to choose the right courses so that they can be able to navigate the world of work. They need to have labor market, the right labor market. But more often than not, we have seen a group number of students being undecided on what to do. And we'll be able to share some statistics so that you can see in terms of career indecision, how it is a big problem among the 18 leaving, those students leaving high school and joining into tertiary education and eventually into the world of work is a big problem. Then we have the field of study mismatch. That the field of study mismatch is where the students choose a certain career and then they end up being employed in another area they never trained in. So ideally, the implication for this, they will continue being paid less than their peers. And so others experience underemployment. And especially that is the term that is referred to. If you train in an area that you never trained in and you get employed, so you'll be underemployed. Then we have the skills mismatch in terms of the skills that they have acquired from the learning institutions and what the workplace requires. So those are the documented information. Federation of Kenya employers, they will be able to share some of the statistics in terms of how the skills mismatch how it has been documented in the world of work. Then we said again, poor knowledge of employers' expectations. And so we blame them. We say that yet this information is not available. So this continues to be a problem for these 18 to 30 years. Then they also have insufficient access to labor market, job hopping and poor work ethics. And I'm sure most of us also complain about how the youth and their work, that it is they are not committed, they are not teachable and all that. So these are some of the challenges, and we want to see how we can be able to solve some of these problems or intervene or have intervention measures so that they will be if the work ethics can improve or the job hopping can also be reduced. Then we have insufficient job search skills. So, and if the information, there is that the gap in terms of the expectation, the employers expect that the learning institutions need to prepare their students so that they can have the right skills. And the employers and the learning institutions also assume that the skills need to be delivered by the employers. So there is that one, the gap that continues to be widened, but we see how best can we be able to resolve that particular area. I hope this based on this, does this reflect some of the challenges that are experienced by the fresh graduates joining your areas of places of work? The challenges. So you can comment on the chat. Then we have the 31 years plus and to the challenges. So we have the globalization and what has happened in terms of the implication. There'll be job losses. If the technology changes, automation, then there's a job loss, and some positions are declared redundant. Others career plateau, so they start feeling that they are not growing. The if the work settings also changes, the patterns changes, there will be some requirements. I mean, there are some people who are going to be retired early. There will be the sense, once they experience this, there will be poor sense of identity, work dissatisfaction, occupational stress and burnout, and then weak career development plans, and especially, and this again affects employee attrition. So we have employees moving from the organization. If they do not have clear development plans, career development plans, then we have many people leaving organizations. So again, I want you to challenge whether this information is true and if this is what is happening in your own setting. Okay, I will move on to share some statistics and especially look at the statistics about 3 years, according to economic survey in terms of the learning institutions and what is the implication for this. When we say that we have youth within the communities, where are these numbers that I'm talking about? So we have a survey of Kenyan students or situation of students transition from high school into post-secondary education. And so the economy, according to Economic Survey 2020-21, we trace it for the last 3 years, about 25 to 30% are the ones proceed to post-secondary education, either university education or TVET placement. And a balance of 75% remain within the community. We have another year again, the 2019 to 2020, we have another, again, another 30% transiting into tertiary education. And both university and TVET, and then we have about 70% remaining within the community. Then these are brothers and sisters, and even as the population grows, we still have more remaining within the community. So again, we have the 2020-2021 academic year, another 29% transited into post-secondary education, and 71% remained within the community. And if we look at these numbers, are the ones that we are talking about, either the community, the youth within the community, the unskilled and not in education and not in training. So we have the implication when we said the education is the one that feeds into the world of work. We have about 30% are the ones proceed to post-secondary education so that they can be prepared with the skills to be able to join the world of work. While they are in the institutions, they also have various challenges. One, change of courses. We have many of them changing their courses. Others who are not able to change their courses, they remain demotivated. Others even drop out. Others experience failure. There's some units that you will find that there's mass failure within the learning institutions in higher education. Then we have the 70% that remains, either they are unable to make choices, either the delay, is it confusion, is it uncertainty to make these choices? And all these require professional career guidance interventions so that we know how best they can be supported. So this is the first scenario of statistics based on the learning institutions. The workplaces, a career survey that was done in 2010-2011, although this may be old, the statistics may be old, we had 66% reviewed that they're in the wrong careers. Only 7% felt they were in the right careers. And so no wonder then the problems of job hopping, of work demotivation and etc. can be traced back. If the people are in the wrong careers, then they are not going to be more productive. They are not going to be able to serve well. Then the skills mismatch in terms of the graduates joining the world of work. Federation of Kenya Employers 2018 survey, it showed about only 12% were very prepared. Another 22 said they were very prepared. 66 said they were not prepared. So As statistics then shows that it is also a reflection of what then, in terms of the move on into the world of work, then we'll experience the same scenario of about 66% being in the wrong careers. Another survey that was done by UNICEF in 2018, sampling about 40 nations, 140 countries. The study was to find out how employees are happy. And so globally, it showed about 63% dislike their jobs. They are unhappy with their work, so they dislike it. 24, even with the emotion that are associated with it, they said they hate it. And only 13% love their job. So this then implication shows that about 87% in terms of employees within our organizations, they do not like their jobs. So what does that mean? That we'll continue experiencing people who are absenteeism, lazy, labeling them that they are lazy, their work ethics are poor, but we already can now see the root in terms of their preparation is already deficient. And then we also see that their motivation to work is also very low. Another implication for this then, other researchers have shown that poor achievement during adolescence and unstable employment may lead to unstable employment in adulthood. This is a Frontiers in Psychology. This is a magazine that has reported this. Another one that Ahmed in his research showed career dissatisfaction and demotivation leads to low productivity in the organization. So, and then another one is the low education attainment. Poor college readiness may lead to persistent educational and employment disparities. Again, so there's be that in terms of the employment. When these people join the world of work, there will be gaps in terms of their preparation, in terms of how they carry themselves within the job market. So what then should we do? What should we do? Where the rubber meets the road, so that we can see what interventions should we use so that we can remove those areas of people who are unhappy, the people who dislike their jobs, those ones who experience mismatch, those ones who experience any level of demotivation. So what should be? So we have this intervention that would be about 4 approaches that can be useful. And I hope that we can be able to interrogate them further to see whether they can be a solution. So that if the bulk of the people come into the world of work from education setting and they join the world of work, then what should we do? So then one approach should be preventive. And this can be done through work-based learning. Then that should also be diagnostic so that we can find out where are these people not happy. So with that through self-awareness activities, then adaptive, because if the technology is going to change, then there should be methods of adapting to so that the employers remain relevant in a changing world of work. So continuous and lifelong learning is a must. And then should also be therapeutic, so that those problems that we've talked of, dissatisfaction, stress, burnout, so then career, if they are associated with careers, then there should be therapy that it should be provided for that. And so we'll go through at each one of them and see how best it can be prevented. So we have the preventive, which is the work-based learning intervention. And so any effective career guidance promotes employers' engagement with learning institutions in order to help students connect with the world of work. We've said once that they have poor, they don't know the expectations of the world of work. They don't have the right skills in terms of job search. I'm sure when the applications, the kind of applications students make, do they make you, what kind of feeling do they, when you receive an application from a fresh graduate, do you feel excited about it, or what kind of feeling do you get? So that we can prevent those bad tastes in our mouth. I'm sure some of us feel very angry. We feel annoyed that even the basic punctuations are poor and all that. But how can they know if we do not hold their hand? So the preventive, so we are saying even as at the workplace, as the HR practitioners, then we have a role to prevent some of these things. And so that we can bridge between learning institute, academia, and the real and industry. So bridge that gap. And so the bridging of that is based on work-based learning. So either learning about the work, either the learning about the work is through career fairs, being available to give career talks in schools, allowing students to visit your institutions and be able to see exactly what goes on in the learning institutions, in the workplaces, providing job shadowing experiences, the short-term experience visiting the companies so that they can know exactly how work is done. And then worksite tours, if it's the students who want to do engineering, then the worksite tours would be able to help them to see exactly what goes on in the world of work. Then exploration, either through competition, career competitions, either mentoring programs, either science fairs, either externships or attachment, industrial attachment. And then we also have learning on the job, either apprenticeship, fellowships, internship, or on-job training. So the work-based learning, these activities, we'll be able to preempt some of these things. When the students in the learning institutions get to know exactly what goes on, we preempt and be able to prevent some of those bad tastes in terms of when the students or the fresh graduates present very poor CVs, or when they conduct themselves, when they are not able to conduct themselves properly during interviews. So this is one, and this is a report that was even provided that interagency working group on work-based learning, including European Training Foundation, International Labour Organization, and UNESCO and etc. Then the diagnostic, again, it is self-awareness. Effective career guidance empowers people by allowing people to get to know themselves, what they want, why they want those particular careers, and where can they train in those particular areas. The second one, awareness needs to respond to individual needs so that we can preempt those areas where they feel that they are being forced or they're in the wrong careers. And it is in the third one, that career awareness needs to make use of well-trained professionals in that particular area. Again, the research has been done, and the same group, interagency working group on work-based learning, provides this. These are some of the tools or interventions that career guidance can be used, and especially by HR practitioners. The third one, we said it is adaptive because of continuous learning. If the world of work keeps changing, then the employees need to adapt. So, and this calls for continuous or lifelong learning. So it encourages training in order to address the challenges of rapidly changing skills needs. And also as practitioners, then to support employees is to offer advice and information on job training opportunities so that they can be able to be reskilled, so that they can upskill and etc. Again, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, the Directorate of Employment, again, provides, shows that the world career guidance within the workplaces needs to be adaptive. And finally, needs to be therapeutic. Career counseling services so that it can address the anxieties associated with job dissatisfaction, anxieties associated with job loss or early retirement. Those ones changing jobs, even when people want to change, there are anxieties that are associated with it. There are also stress related that are related to changing organizational demands. And I'm sure you're well aware of what exactly in terms of productivity. And then we also have career indecision, and especially those who are still, again, are not able to make decisions. They are unable to make decisions or unable to set goals. So these are some of the therapy. Career counseling now services should be able to intervene so that they can be able to find out and establish what is the root cause of some of these areas. So when all these activities have been provided in terms of whether the career guidance is an intervention method, There are efforts in training, and I'm sure depending on where you work or your background, people within human resource management, there's a content, there's a unit on training, on career development. With the same thing in terms of psychology, counseling, education, and then my background in education, there is one unit that we did on vocational interests or vocational training, and then guidance and counseling courses. There's a small aspect that is covered within that. But for us to be able to cover all those areas of diagnostic, to be able to diagnose, to be able to prevent, to be able to adapt, to be able to offer therapy, there's need for more training in terms of that. And that's, I'm sure that is one of the questions that will be, so where can I train in this? Because the recommendations shows that even from those, the working group says that there is need to have professional trained people in career guidance. So there's need for more specialized training in career guidance so that we can have the best practices of career guidance, education, and competences. And so for that reason, College of Career Guidance, in partnership with ABMA Education UK, developed a diploma in career guidance and development, Kenya qualification level 6 with 256 credits. So the requirements of the volume of learning is 256 for this particular a diploma. So what are the main requirements, and who are the target group who would be accessible to this? Would be the human resource practitioners, psychologists, counselors, community development, education and training, social work, sociology, or groups in this area are eligible for this course. So what would be the requirements? Any person who has done a diploma all the way is eligible to this particular course. And then the duration is 1 year and 4 months, 1 year and 4 months of internship. So what are the main core competencies that this course would offer? There'll be the cognitive competencies of theory and practice, the history of career guidance and its components. And then we have the functional competencies of career counseling, of career advising, career information, those components, mentoring, and etc. And then the personal competencies that you need to have so that you can be a professional in career guidance. And then ethical practices. Every discipline is governed by ethical competences or principles. And so there's a unit on, there's a component on ethical competencies. Then besides that, what are the standards of that and the compliance of this? The course is recognized and equated by and accredited by Kenya National Qualification Framework. Then assessment, awarding, and certification is done by ABMA Education UK. Then we have the center, CCGD is registered by ABMA and also by TVETA. And then the staff that run the teaching staff are TVETA licensed, and most of them have masters in career guidance, and they are trained in University of Derby, UK. So what will be the delivery? Scheduled guided virtual classes by Microsoft Teams, and then any other learning activities and self-paced study is accessed through Moodle learning management system. And again, the assessment again also accessed on the same. Then there's also one of the courses that there is a flexible payment plan for this. And so what would be the expected outcome? If a person is trained in this, they'll be able to incorporate based on, depending on their setting, they can incorporate career guidance skills. They can also become trainers in career counseling, and they also have an opportunity, and especially who are in the working setting, an opportunity to create vibrant work-based learning programs so that we can prevent and preempt those of the problems of that are carried on from school to the world of work, where we'll be able to bridge that gap between academia and industry. So what is the way forward? Career guidance contributes to a skilled and aligned workforce for organizations. And so there's an opportunity for you to train to increase your scope of intervention for employees and organizations, also either in organizations or as a private practitioner. So I want to end there so that we can have a session of question and answer. And I think I will end there, Grace.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mercy. That was quite enlightening, and also kind of also a refresher for some of us who did a bit of this. Okay, so there's somebody who is saying they would like to join the school, but before we get there, there's a question I saw. There's Mary who is asking, Dr. Mercy, where is the place for career anchors in career guidance?
Sorry?
Where is the place of career anchors in career guidance?
The anchors, we have the policies. We have there are several policies in the Ministry of their government policies that support career guidance, and we have in the CBC the reforms within the education, and we have the CBC is one of the anchor. That's where career guidance is also in schools. In the CBC, it's going to be taught in the classroom, and it's going to start from grade 7. Mm-hmm. The second one, we'll have Act of Parliament. And one of the acts of parliament, we have the KUSIPs. KUSIPs is one of the body that has through an act of parliament that is responsible for placing the students. The placement activity is one of the career guidance service at the tail end of in terms of placement of students into post-secondary education. And they also offer career guidance, and they give guidelines of how to choose courses for post-secondary education. We also have another basic policy that is in early learning and basic education that has a small, the mentoring policy that has a concept of career guidance. Then we have in the tertiary education, both universities and private and TVET education, both private colleges and TVET institutions. There is the Office of Career Services. So these are the anchors that have all this career guidance. And so I'm sure even within the organization, within companies, there is the element of talent management, there's the element of career development within within the organizations.
So how late is late, Jay? How late is late in terms of wanting to make a career move? Because we get a lot of people, like a friend of mine the other day was offered a HR job, and she's in finance, and she was like, she has no idea where to start. And she's at like 42 years now. So how late is late to change careers?
The first step is to do assessment and find out whether they are really aligned to that particular area. So the assessment, and then I'll be able to see whether they meet the requirements for that particular area.
There's somebody who has asked, how can you do self-awareness intervention? This is from Joseph. How can you do self-awareness interventions at the workplace?
You do career assessment, use career assessment tools. There are those that are free, accessed free online, and there are those ones that are commercial. And they give both of them. They can give you an insight into your awareness in terms of your interests, your passions, and etc. And both of them will be, by and large, they give the same results. Although the commercial ones are detailed, and yes, so they are available, both commercial and free services online. You'll be able to access them.
Okay. So we just go on Google and check.
They are free.
Check, yeah.
They are free, and there are those ones that are paid. There are some organizations that offer. There is a Discover Your Career that has an assessment tool that by Career Key. And it's in vocational inventory. And there are also those ones for workplace. And I think if you Google Discover Your Career, they have a variety of assessments on that.
Okay. And then because sometimes you find people in the organization that are lost. Like they don't even know that they need guidance. How can we give them support?
And that's why we're saying if it's the problem is indecision or an awareness. So the starting point of any career engagement is self-aware, is self-assessment.
Okay.
Self-assessment, and then I'll be able to know, is this person suffering from either they're in the wrong area, or is it's not in the wrong area? So are there other underlying issues that are affecting them, so that now the counseling, the career therapy, the therapeutic aspect of career guidance will be able to provide the service of the career counseling.
Okay. Abigail is saying, what for someone changing careers in their late 30s, what advice would you give them in terms of how to quickly progress and how to skip entry level?
The one of the is being engaged with the engaged work-based learning. Work-based learning, either what work-based learning would either be community service learning, engaging in community service learning, either whatever services that you find within a community that needs some skills, and you volunteer in those particular areas, then would be one of the ways that you build those skills. Then industrial attachment or internship programs, volunteer, community service learning, and then and what I said 3. There's the community service learning, internship, yes, and volunteer.
Okay. Okay. I think that answers it for Abigail. So don't go anywhere. We have an offer from Pathway Solutions, who is offering 5 of you free course on their LMS. LMS is Learning Management System, where you get to learn and self-paced, and then you do an assessment and get certification for it. And they have quite a number of sessions for you. Again, this webinar is brought to you by Atara Solutions in partnership with Balcon Housing, Stallion Construction Company Limited, and College of Career Guidance and Development. For those of you who are asking how to join the college, I think Margaret has shared quite a number of links on your chat. You can just click there for registration, even just to seek more details and just to engage. If you're looking for somebody to give a career talk in your organizations, then you can get in touch with the career development, College of Career Guidance and Development. They'll be more than happy to come and support your staff as you go through the change. And Anne, Abigail, I have seen you. You'll need to drop me an email as usual, because I'm not able to get a hold of your contact right now. But if you send me an email, I'll definitely give you the trainings by Pathway Solutions. And Dr. Mercy, probably as we conclude, how long is the course on career guidance, and what are the hours? So that, because some of us are very much in school.
Okay, it is 1 year. It is 1 year, and the classes are in the evening. Between 6 to 8, 2 hours. Virtual classes, like would be like part-time in the evening.
Okay, so from 6 p.m. to and somebody's asking, is it every day or just a few days of the week?
There are a few days, 4 days a week.
Okay, it's not every day, Carol. So at least we have 2 days to go and sleep and 1 day to go and hang out with friends. And the other day on Sunday, which is normally whether we are sleeping or waking up, we don't even know the difference. Yeah, so that would be that. I would like to be part of the 5. My email. Please don't send me your email here. I will not remember it. My email address is grace@atarasolutions.co.ke. Doreen, I have seen you. Thank you very much for being our champion on our Facebook channel. Please, please, please just send me an email. Don't write it here. Just send me an email so that I can give you the courses by Pathway Solution Services. In fact, we've actually just gotten a very, very good feedback from somebody we offered the course by Pathway Solutions. Where is it? Yeah, from Peter Better. He says, dear Grace, I trust you're well. First of all, I thank God for you and the opportunity granted to me through platform to take free online courses with Pathway Solution. I really enjoy the LMS training course and would recommend the same to others. I am forever grateful. Thank you so much and God bless. So this is somebody who actually won the free sessions by fully sponsored by Pathway Solutions, and they have completed and they're very, very excited. And for you, for you guys who want to join the career guidance, actually, this is very important if you're really interested in working with the youth, because right now we need to stop singing this song of half-baked graduates. We really, really need to do our part. They are our brothers, they are our children, they are our daughters, they are our relatives. I don't know where you want them to go when you keep saying that they're just looking for quick gratification, they're looking for this and that and the other. It's our duty to guide them. And that's why you need to go and become certified career guidance so that you can be able to support your people in the workplace and also be able to support your people even at home and in the community. It is our duty as a community to do that. So I urge you to take on the course from the College of Career Guidance, and then at least we start being a solution and not really just complaining about stuff. Gerald Jogona, how shall we deal with Generation Z who are know-it-all and ignore career guidance? Mercy.
I think the same thing, that we still have to encourage them that the services, they need to know themselves so that they, the ideal situation that they must also know who they are. The assessment must be done. They need to explore and find out whether they're in the right areas, and then they'll be able to make decisions, informed decisions. And so exploration, speaking to having mentors and all that would be necessary for them. You cannot walk without a mentor. That is completely important.
All right. So I think Dr. Mercy has covered it quite well. For those of you who are asking for the recording, Jacinta, if you can also post our YouTube channel link, please subscribe. We will be uploading this recording on our YouTube channel by the end of this week. You can go and catch up if you came in late or you just want to go and listen pole pole. Yeah, Caro is saying, please remind me where to check the assessment tool.
Discover your career. Discover your career, and then others are the online that are free.
Excellent. So I think that covers it. Our YouTube channel link has been posted there. Kindly get in touch with, just subscribe. Margaret has also shared the assessment tool, the number to access for the career guidance. If you need any question answered about the webinar today, you can always call 0722-791-351, and we'll be able to give you support. You'll find Margaret or Dr. Mercy to give you support on that. And all right. I'm just trying to see whether there's a question that we've missed before we get done with this. All right. Dr. Mercy and Margaret, can we say whoever gets joins the first 2 people who join your course can get 10% discount or 5%?
Yes, yeah.
Or they will get 10 minutes of coaching for free. Yeah.
Margaret can answer that. We'll answer that. She's in admin.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's fine. So even 50% is not business, my friends. No, and their costs are actually quite discounted, to be honest. It's not an expensive cost. So I was just an idea that came to my mind because I want you guys to sign up as soon as now. However, you can get that conversation with Margaret on 0722-791 351, 0722-791-351, and she'll be able to answer your questions further. But please, let's become the solution we've been looking for. All right, so this webinar is brought to you by Atara Solutions. Again, your parting shot, Dr. Margaret.
Career guidance is a continuous process. the activities you, at whatever age, there will be activities that will be useful for you in terms of managing your career. So it is not an end in itself. It's a continuous process.
Okay. Noted on that. So thank you so much for just enlightening us and just probably giving us a wake-up call on just being the solution to our problems that we are facing. And we look forward to engaging further, and we look forward to just understanding more on what to do. So for all business owners and HR professionals or line managers who are tuned in on the call today, please, 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 let's be the solution. Let's guide our people. Let's really just support our young brothers and sisters so that they can be able to gel into the workplace and be able to be happy. I mean, we cannot sing about disengagement all the time. We really need to find happiness. You know, in performance, I had Stephen Oliaka last week in the conference who was saying, we need to find the sweet spot. And if this career guidance is how our way to finding it, let's take advantage. Let's do this. So thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We really, oh God, I forgot to do something. Please don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Yeah, allow me to give mentions to our partners. We have Balcon Housing, Stallion Construction Company, College of Ames College of Business and Technology, Wandi Restaurant, the Career Management Center, Pathway Solution Services. I've seen the emails for Career Solution Services offers as streaming in. Please note it's first come, first served, so we'll only respond to the first 5. We have Wicklin, we have Kapula Mintito, we have Fina Gardens Resort, and we have the College of Career Guidance and Development. Please, 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 we ask you to just visit the social media pages for all our partners. Just go and learn more about them and just go and understand them, because this is season 3. We have been able to do this in partnership with the organizations that are listed here. And if you would like us to continue, please just go and find out more. If something that has spoken to you, just go in and find out what is it that they are offering so that we can continue working together. And for you, our audience, we really, really, really appreciate you, all the 151 at some point today. We really appreciate that you took the time to join us. Please, 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 see you next week on Tuesday, same time, same place. Next week, we are discussing men and mental health. Yes, why don't you guys cry? We are going to fight. That is our topic next week on 31st of May. So I hope to see all of you there. Thank you so much. I hope this session was insightful for you. We will be having the recording on our YouTube channel, and you can already catch up there probably at some point this week. And yeah, see you next week. Thank you very much, Dr. Mercy and Margaret, for your support. We really appreciate, and I hope that most of us will be able to take advantage of this. So you guys, it's been, oh, hey, Zaverio, you are here today. Karibu sana. You haven't logged in a while. You and Winnie, sijui mlienda wapi. But asanteni sana, and we shall see you next week as we look at men and mental health. Have yourselves a lovely evening. Thank you so much.